Hi everyone, this video is for section 6-2, addition and subtraction of decimals. So what I would encourage you to do is I'm only going to go through the algorithm in this video. More of the visual aspects which you are going to be responsible for, especially in the case of subtraction where we're doing our takeaway model, our missing addend model, and our comparison model. You're going to want to consult your textbook and look at those examples. If there are still points of clarification needed, come see me or seek out a tutor. So to begin, say we have the problem 8,279 and 136 thousandths plus 345 and 148 thousandths. We want to go ahead and add these together. So what I would encourage you to do is maybe do a vertical stack. So in other words, I would say take your 8,279 and 136 thousandths and stack that on top of your 345 and 148 thousandths. And what I want you to note is I intentionally wrote it so that the decimal points lined up. They need to sync up. So in other words, I have a tenths place column, a hundredths place column, thousandths place column, ones column, tens column, hundreds column, thousands column. And hopefully that's pretty intuitive because we've been doing that even when we were first learning to add and subtract. We lined everything up so that the place values formed their own column. From here, it's just basically back to business. So 8 plus 6, that's going to give me 14. So I'm going to drop that 1, drop the 4, carry the 1 into the next column. So 3 plus 4 plus that extra 1 is a 7. 1 plus 1 is 2. That decimal point just goes ahead and drops it down. And then we go ahead and we're kind of back in familiar territory now. So 9 plus 5 is 14. Again, carry that 1 to the tenths place. 7 plus 4 plus 1 will give us 12. Carry that 1 to the hundredths place. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. And then the 8 just so happens to come down. So my final solution is going to be 8,624 and 274 thousandths. So let's take a look at another example, this one, subtraction. Again, I would encourage you to stack these. So I'm going to do 28 and 5 tenths, and I'm going to subtract that from 9 and 187 thousandths. So the issue that some people are going to probably see is, well, the top number, it is bigger. 28 and 5 tenths is bigger than 9 and 187 thousandths for sure, but I don't have the same number of decimal places. And the good news is that it's a really easy fix, especially if you were looking at the previous video about ordering decimal values. So what I can go ahead and do then is say, well, I know that there are zeros out there. I tend to not write them in if I don't need them, but in this case, I need to see those places, so I'm going to make them visible by putting zeros there. So now we're okay to subtract. I cannot take 0 away from, or I cannot take 7 away from 0, so I need to regroup or borrow. So in order to do that, I'm going to borrow from the 5, and that's going to leave me with a 4. That would make the 0 in the hundredths place become a 10. So now I can borrow or regroup from it. So that's going to leave a 9 here. And now that's going to make that 0 in the thousandths place a 10. 10 minus 7 will give me 3. 9 minus 8 is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. That decimal place is going to just drop straight down, because again, notice that we did line them up. We always want to line those decimals up. Put that in your notes. Now we have 8 minus 9. Well, shoot. I need to borrow or regroup, so I'm going to borrow from the 2 and leave that as a 1. And again, when I borrow from that, I'm taking 10 of them, so that's why my 8 is going to turn into an 18. 9 removed from 18 will leave me with a 9, and then that 1 is going to come out. So my final answer is going to be 19 and 313 thousandths. I hope this video was informative. If you do have questions, please let me know. Definitely get a jump on this homework as soon as you can.